Hey ladies, it's your girl Dominique.
And I'm Andrea.
And we are on demand.
Yes.
And as you ladies can see, we have a beautiful guest today. She goes by the K Experience to you all, but we know her as Kayla. And we're so happy to have her.
Thank you
How
for
you
coming.
feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Hey, feeling good, looking good, okay?
So let's talk about our week.
Okay, so I went first last time.
Okay, I'll go
You
first.
gonna go first this time.
I'm
How
gonna
was
go
your week, friend?
My week was productive.
Yes.
Let's say that. From last Monday until now, it was productive. I got the green sticker that was taking the life out of me to get from Oak Park. I ain't gonna say what I want to say. Thank you, Oak Park. And DTE has scheduled for our meter to come out. Our sign got put up today. And our grand opening is this upcoming Sunday. Sorry, y'all.
The first.
The 1st of September. So I'm excited.
5
This
to
is
8.
a good
5 to 8.
5 to 8,
Yeah.
ribbon cutting at 5:30. So
Yeah.
if you're available, come by to 25. No, by the time you guys see this, it'll be over. But
Just by a day though. We'll recap
our grand
that.
opening is this upcoming Sunday, so I'm very excited. And my week was good. I spent some quality time with my baby. And we went to a restaurant that we're going to talk about in a minute. But I had a good week.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, very glad to be here. Okay, so my week?
Yeah.
Okay, so my week went really good. I went on a quick little out of town trip.
Sure did.
Ooh, that was really nice. So I came back on a high, and we had the Brown-a-thon this week, which was really nice. It didn't go as expected. I had my friend there with me, and we had a really good time.
It was a
We
really
had
good
a good time.
And
so
for you teachers that didn't show up, shame on you.
Shame
you
on
missed
y'all.
out.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
And what I found out is when doing an event, like it's really important to you got to really do your research. Like you can't just do something by the fly of the night or because you have a feeling in your spirit. You really have to do the research, and I did not do my due diligence with the research. A lot of these teachers were already in school having teacher development days. It was a lot already going on, and I threw this event on them. So we didn't have the turnout that we would have wanted, being very transparent. But you know what? God is good, and we're going to do another one for Teacher Appreciation Day, and I heard that that's in May. So we're going to do another one that's a little bit more planned out, but my good friend was there with me, and I love you so much.
We had a good time per usual. The conversation was
always on point. We had great conversation. The girls, Ebony, Kia, KP, we all were kind of in there and just really enjoying ourselves. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all and for everybody who came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, good week.
Shout out to the teachers that did come and get their free
Yes,
rides.
yes.
Quite a few of you, and we were grateful.
Very grateful. How was your week?
How was your week, Kayla?
Well, I had a productive week.
Okay.
As you say, you ended up going out of town.
Yeah.
I ended up going to Miami with my aunties and sisters.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
The aunties is, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
we ended up
nice.
going to 48 hours in Miami. But other than
love
that,
that.
I worked, got on the flight that Friday, came here, came out with a few friends, and
Yeah.
that was it like that.
What was the best part about Miami?
Yes.
Best part about Miami. I think it was Live Miami nightclub. I've never been. I thought it was a strip club, but however, that it was a
vibe.
The atmosphere was everything.
Wow.
I loved it.
Yeah.
You guys live is everything in Miami, so if you
Yeah.
haven't been, take your butt to the Fontainebleau, get in that line,
Yeah.
and experience a time,
Yeah.
okay? A
Yes.
time that nobody else can give you. So, yeah, that was
That's
cool.
great.
Have you been to Live yet?
I have not been to Olivia. I've been outside of
gotta
it.
go.
Yeah, I think that it is. It's warranted. We have to go.
Yeah.
I have to do a Miami with you.
Let's do Miami in November, us three.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
It's done. 40
You can have a part two, Kayla.
You
No,
can
for sure.
definitely
Just
part
three
to it.
people.
Yeah.
3 girls, we can do
Yeah.
it. It would be so nice.
I think it would be amazing.
Let's do
3
Miami
beautiful women in Miami.
November.
3 beautiful Detroit women in Miami. Are y'all serious?
Y'all, hold us to it. We're going to try to put
Hold us
Miami
to
in November with
Cheers.
us 3.
Okay,
Yes.
cheers. Right now we're drinking some Menage a Trois. It is a sweet red blend.
Sweet red blend. And my girl Kayla is drinking some Casamigo.
Casamigo Reposado.
Is it Reposado?
On this good Monday.
Yeah.
On this
On
good
this
Monday.
good Monday. It is 5 o'clock somewhere, and it's 5 o'clock here.
Cheers.
Hello, cheers.
Cheers.
Eye contact. Period.
Yes, ladies.
Girl.
But
let's
since
get
we're
into
talking
this
about
restaurant.
exactly, that's
okay,
what I was
I'm glad
going.
you hit there. 'Cause
You said something good.
child,
Let's talk about something not good. This week,
We went to Gilly's Clubhouse and Rooftop.
child.
What an aesthetic. Very beautiful restaurant and
Gorgeous.
bar.
It was truly
OMG.
beautiful. Walking up, as you guys are going to see in the footage, like it was just absolutely beautiful. We had a very high expectations of this place, very high.
Very.
What did we see? The wings that looked very delicious.
The wings looked fire.
Yes, they did.
Okay?
Yes,
they
they did.
looked fire.
Yes, they did.
Did I get a chance to taste them?
No.
You're going to find out in a minute. But yeah, well, no. So, should you start or should I start? I'll let you start.
I'll start. You'll finish.
Okay, let's do it.
So we first get there. You know, it was really beautiful, like we said.
Very.
The service from the moment we got there, they were not very warm or welcoming to us. Just because we're all in the service industry, we know how important it is to just be warm and welcoming to visitors. You know what I'm saying? Potential clients, customers, whatever. We know how important it is. And we were not welcomed very warmly. But we decided we would like to go ahead and get on the rooftop. So we're like, allow us to be seated up there. They took us up there, all right.
Ooh,
after a little bit of teeth pulling, though.
There we go.
Yeah, it was like they were.
Don't miss that.
Yeah, it was almost like they weren't trying to let us up there, and we were just very nice. Like we looked nice, we were very respectable, we were very kind. So for them not to want us to go up there, they were making it seem like it was just entirely too booked.
What day of the week was this?
It was a Saturday.
It was a Saturday.
But upon arriving upstairs at the rooftop, we saw there was nobody.
Tables open.
It was so open, and how they were acting, it was just very this like exclusive vibe, and it's just like we're here to spend money, like we're here to eat good, spend money, get content, highlight your business. It just it was unnecessary.
It was
incredibly
unnecessary to pull in to go on an elevator to the second floor of a restaurant that had 10 tables open.
Yes,
it was
it
just
had at
unbelievable.
least 10 tables open.
Like I just knew when I got up there we were gonna be bumping shoulders and waiting on the table, but that wasn't the case. So that was the first, bullet to bite.
Yeah. Then we were seated. Upon getting seated, we had to wait a little bit, and then our waiter came over and had an issue that we just wanted shots. She couldn't believe that we just wanted shots. She said warm shots, and she turned her face up and her nose, and it was so visible. It was so apparent and so uncalled for and so uncouth.
It was. I'm so mad I didn't get her name. But that's how unpleasant the situation was that I didn't ask the waiter's name. He waited on us 45 plus minutes.
Yeah.
So, but she's about 5'1", crinkly blonde hair,
very
dark
condescending,
roots, a little bit wide, and she was just very condescending.
Very condescending,
Very
incredibly condescending, and it's very unnecessary. We just hear,
and we girls. We do not go on the girls, but that girl there,
she was no girl's girl.
That Caucasian young lady was raised a little different, so
She was. And so was the young brother that was with her that thought that he was going to ignore us, give our food to another table, and after they breathed on it and said how it wasn't theirs, he thought that he was going to come and put it on our table.
He gave our food.
That's what he thought.
To a whole other table that came up after us.
Mm-hmm. And
we
about 10
watched
minutes
him
after.
give them the food and take it back when they said they didn't order that. And he thought he was going to bring that food over and just pass it to us. And because we requested fresh food, he had a little snooty attitude too. What a shame.
He just couldn't believe it.
It was your mistake.
I'm sure that he just took it to the back and brought it right back out because there's no way.
It was cold. He came right back out.
He didn't even bat an eye.
If you've been on the rooftop up there, you can kind of see through the kitchen.
Nobody made a fresh set.
He literally went in and turned right back around.
That's what he did.
So we didn't want to cause a scene because that's not typically our style. And we didn't want them to throw out flowers and roll no red carpet when we came up. That wasn't the case. Trust me. We're very chill. And we wanted to.
We would have wanted a little bit better.
We were a little under the radar. Like we didn't have on our Sunday's best. Our hair wasn't the cutest.
But we look beautiful now.
We look absolutely cute, but we were not looking for, celebrity treatment. But I tell you, they had no intentions on giving it anyway.
Yeah.
So, what can we say? So, and if I can finish it off, we ordered our food.
And really quick, talk about, we thought we was going to get the wings. Baby, we never got the wings.
So, one thing they don't disclose.
You go ahead.
We didn't get them effing wings. Because upstairs on the rooftop, there is only tacos and tequila, baby.
That's it. If you ain't getting a taco and a tequila or a guacamole, you're out of there.
You're out of there. That's it. So it would have been nice. We were passed on from one host to the other. Mm-hmm. Okay, before we even got to our waiter and our busboy. And none of that was disclosed. So, by the time we got up there and sat down, we were already a little uneasy and just kind of ready to get the night going and get our content and go. Yeah. We just kind of went for it. It was just like, all right.
We're starved to death.
Yeah. Like, all right, let's do it. So, you should let people know. When people ask about going up on the rooftop, I think that we clearly disclosed it's our first time. I'm almost sure we might have said that. You guys should be saying, okay, well, just to let you know, it's tacos and tequila upstairs only. However, you guys are so fixated on trying to convince us to stay downstairs, or maybe possibly leave. Who knows? I don't know what you guys were expecting, but you definitely didn't make that known until we got upstairs and said, I just feel like that's not good business, because maybe I didn't want tacos, but now I'm already up here seated and I don't want to cause a scene. So
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
And she was very rude to us, our waitress, but you know what my girl did? She said, oh, no, we're not just going to leave her the 18%. She said, we're going to leave her the best tip she's going to get all night.
She didn't get a $40 tip that night, except from our table.
Yeah.
And she was very, very gracious and apologetic and thankful after that.
Yeah, disgusting.
I don't think I saw her teeth until then.
I like the way y'all did that. And y'all,
Yes, it was very
you know, I learned that from my professor, my lecture teacher, you know, at Henry Ford College. Thank you so much. I learned more from you than I did with them people at my other college. So,
amen.
Thank you so much to my speech teacher. You did that. And I'm telling you, she got real. You know, money make the world go round, but it should definitely not alter how you service people. And it was just a hot mess. But after we after we tipped her really well, I'm just saying, it was, thank you, I appreciate it. You know, it was just like, we didn't have that much conversation all the time. We were sitting here. And another thing that really agonized me was, she kept going to other tables and smile, except the other people that were sitting next to us. I'm not even going to disclose. Okay, well, she said it. So, because I don't ever want to make it seem like it's that. But all the other tables.
I feel like it was more like, was it racial profiling?
Maybe just for her.
It gave heavy on
I don't
racial
know.
profiling.
Yeah, and sorry, Gillies, Dan Gilbert, love you, respect you. Thank you for what you're doing to the city, especially the downtown area. You know, condolences about your son. That's why we were supporting, because we knew it was a story behind it. But this service there was horrible, and you guys need to do absolutely better, especially of colored people. I'm sorry. Like, we spend money just as much and just as well as anybody else. And it was just like, if I go back, it's probably just to taste those wings and those wings
Absolutely.
only. Because
we might go
nothing
back,
else, you know, made me feel like I need to run back and you know.
But you know what did make us feel like we wanted to run back? When you do a good, you get a good, right?
Yeah.
And when we left out of there, we ran across this man.
Oh, God.
What is his name? Wheels? It's
Motor City.
I can look it up really quick.
Yes, please.
Yeah, while we talk about it. But we walked out of there,
guy.
and it was absolutely incredible.
He has one of those bikes with like the little cart on the back of it. That you
Motor City Pedicab.
Motor City Pedicab.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. You made our night. You turned our experience into the best experience there was after leaving Gillies. Yeah. We did like a tour.
He gave us a beautiful tour of the city on his bicycle, and we just rode around. It was the perfect night. We got to see the city. We got to go on a tour of was it the Cadillac building?
The book
Cadillac?
The book. Something. I don't give me the line. I'm sorry. We suck. Sorry.
It was our first time. It was our first time. So it's like, I think it's the book Cadillac, but either way it goes, we went on a beautiful tour of the building. Mm-hmm. We ended up meeting the guy who owns Moose Pizzeria.
We did.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Sins Gold.
Sins Gold. Yes. So they were really nice.
There were some nice older Caucasian people, and they treated us very
They
lovely.
were very
Shook
nice.
our hands very firmly.
Yes.
And made sure we knew of their business names and wanted us to come visit.
Yes. We will be visiting.
Quick question.
Yes,
did you guys let her know what y'all didn't like?
No.
In a way.
In a way, yes.
Because we were ready to go.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, she was so distant from us, and we were just kind of lingering, waiting around for our bill. Mm-hmm. And because I waited, and we waited. Am I lying? We waited a nice little second.
Forth, ping pong,
past our table, never stopped, and we just wanted the bill. So it got to the point where she walked past us another time, and this probably was the seventh time. And I was like, "Excuse me," kind of like inside voices.
I would say it was like, "Excuse me."
No, the second time.
Oh, you're right.
The first time, it was like,
lighter.
"Hey, excuse me," just trying to capture her attention. Yeah. I'm not gonna assume she heard me, but maybe she did. Let's just say she did. And she kept walking. So I had to overpitch my voice, which I hate doing in public. So of course that cost like an extra 7, people to look at me. That's 14 eyeballs. That gives me anxiety. Let's be real. And half of them were Caucasian.
Yeah, they were.
So I'm like, "Excuse me," and then that's when she turned around and she makes this face like my voice just caused her whole body to shake.
She made the nastiest face I've ever seen.
Okay, and another Caucasian lady caught it, and she looked at me, and she kind of just shook her head, like basically pay her no mind. Mm-hmm. She came over to our table at that point, and I told her, first thing I addressed was her face. I said, "You only walked past our table 10 times. I said, and I called you one time, and the second time it just had to be a little louder because that's what I need to do to get your attention.
Because she made it
Can we
like,
have the bill? And we left it at that. And of course, she ran and got the bill at that point. But so we did have to get a little nice, nasty. And my apologies to any of the guests that were there at that time. If you so happen to see this video, that's not my usual temper. But she was terrible.
She was terrible, but you know what is not terrible? Okay?
What is it?
We want to hear about, we want to hop into our guests, okay?
We do.
Can we hop into
We
our
have to
guests
just
real quick?
give
We
all
gotta
that tea
get
real
quick. We are going to hop into the K experience.
So, I think I'm going to go with my first question.
Go ahead.
I just love for people to get on our YouTube and our podcast and set the record straight. So before we go into it, you know what? No. How about you introduce yourself and you tell these people, spell it out for them, your Instagram, because we definitely want you to get, some recognition from here. So.
Well, hello guys. My name is Kayla. Instagram name is the K Experience. TheKexperience. That's the K Experience.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Kayla. Now that they know who you are and where to find you, what about a personal Instagram? Do you have a personal Instagram?
No. I mean, I do, but no.
No, okay, not of it right
that.
now. So
No.
maybe season 2.
Yeah.
So I guess I want you to set the record straight. Are you single? Ooh. Are you dating? Ooh. Are you engaged? Do you have a sneaky link? Like, it's all type of different names now these days for what people have going on.
Hello. That's how you do that.
My girl says she's all 3.
Cheers.
I'm scared of you.
But however, I am single. I am dating.
Okay.
And like I said, I do have a sneaky link. But however, I am dating to, potentially be in a relationship.
Yeah,
I'll be 30 next year, so I'm ready to settle down.
Oh,
I live in my 20s, and it's not because of that, I couldn't be in a relationship. I just feel like that wasn't the time. You know what I'm saying? I moved to Houston. Okay. Just following my dreams and seeing what else is out there for me. But
how is it in Houston versus Detroit? Like working wise?
Working wise?
Yeah.
Well, of course, just being in the city alone is 2 million people, right?
Jeez.
In Detroit, in Detroit City is only 600,000.
I never knew that.
Wow.
So it's a lot of money circulating there, and it's a lot of careers out there. So it's people out there willing to spend money and get their hair done and stay afloat because, however, every girl likes content. Every girl likes to be outside.
Yeah.
Houston is an outside city.
It is. And they content crazy and they fire with it. So shout out to Houston.
Yeah. So the money is good out there for sure.
Yes.
And growing and being the best you can be out there for sure. You can definitely make it out there.
Wow.
Okay.
That's really good to hear.
All right.
Okay. So speaking of your business and everything like that, right? What sets the K experience aside from every other experience? Like, what is the K experience like, and what do you offer to your clients that set you apart?
Well, the first thing that sets me apart from other hairstylists is I'm me.
Yeah,
more than anything, and I'm authentic, right?
Yeah.
When they come and sit in my chair, they're looking, because I have so many followers on social media, they thinking like, oh, she's gonna be this, she's gonna be that. Yeah. But nah, baby, I'm just from the east side of Detroit, and I just know how to do hair very well.
That's it.
So I, it's just me, just being authentic with them. They not, they expecting one thing and then coming in and seeing it different, and that's keeping them coming. And also my styling, the way I style hair, I give a natural, even with weave, I just give a natural look to the girls.
Yes.
When I tell you.
And I think that's number one thing why the Houston girls love me out there. Like they don't even want me to leave. They like, hey, like you giving a girl something different. You know, you giving them girls because they not used to that. So.
They can't do what you do.
And us Detroit girls set things apart from other people.
We do.
Right?
Yes, 1000%.
And ours, like you said, chef's kiss. That's what I'm giving the city.
Our last guest gave you a big shout out too.
Yes.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He gave you a
loves
shout out.
K Experience and the duos and combos they was doing over at the other salon where they met was unmatched. That's how I met him. Obviously visiting her, getting my hair done, and she's like, "Go get your makeup done around the corner." And I'm like, "All right, let me try it out." And it was fire, and I've been with him ever since. So, shout out to you, Alain. We love you. We appreciate
you coming on. It was a blast.
It was a blast.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so
I do have a question. So I want to know, as a previous hairdresser, I want to know, like, what is your like end game? Like when you decide to retire from here, what are some things that are you looking to get into that interest you, and obviously for income? Like what are some income-based, activities do you plan on getting into when you are ultimately done with servicing clients, servicing the public?
Well, that's one thing that I battle and I always ask God for is show me a way, show me my, what you want me to do for my near future. And at a point I didn't know. I want to say probably about a year ago, I didn't really know what I really, really want to do, what I really want to invest my money into.
Yeah.
My end goal is I really personally want a restaurant.
Oh,
a grill. So
okay, and we will
that's
be
what I'm
there.
working towards.
That's beautiful.
We will definitely
Great
be there.
idea.
Yeah, we will be there.
We will be the best review ever.
I swear.
Yeah. We know you gonna know.
Yeah.
So as of now, just to let y'all know, this is my third attempt of selling hair.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I came out with Where It's Great.
Yeah.
But I plan on opening up a store out there in Houston. Because, hair is high demand and every girl loves quality hair. So that's one thing I'm going into right now.
Yes.
And I feel like me selling hair is going to open that
that restaurant.
that restaurant.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations on
Yeah.
that. Are you wearing some of your hair right
yes,
now?
I am.
Good
okay,
God,
what curl
yeah.
is this? We're dying to know.
So this curl right now is Burmese curly.
The Burmese curl.
This is called straight out the
From
scalp.
Where It's Great.
Okay.
No, literally.
That's what that's called.
Is that
Yeah.
like is this partial? Is this lace?
So me personally,
Because I can't tell.
I wear wigs.
I cannot tell.
I'm
Okay.
a wig girl.
Okay.
I pop it
Girl.
off. Maybe I do my hair every 3-4 days.
Ooh.
I wear wigs a lot. So
This is gorgeous, so natural.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
beautiful.
The curls are juicy, like it just.
Where
both
It's
y'all curls
Great.
are beautiful.
Where It's
On
Great.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Fire.
WHEREITSGREAT.
Yes, no underscores,
Beautiful
anything
hair.
like that. Where It's Great, y'all. You gotta follow her. Good quality hair, based out of Houston right now.
Yes. So
And it looks fire.
and
Thank
that
you, babe.
segues into my next question. What
Okay.
do you prefer more? Do you prefer the one-on-one with the clients? Do you prefer to making units? Do you prefer to selling hair? Which avenue do you? What is best for you?
I really love doing hair, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I
So
love
good at
when
it.
and the girls always ask me, they be like, what is your favorite hairstyle to do? I like, just bring me something different. Give me a challenge. Give me something that I've never done before.
Say less.
So
He said I'll be there.
To be honest, I'm trying to figure out if I really would ever leave behind the chair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
Like,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Because
Yeah.
if being a hairstylist, I met so many great women.
Yeah,
Like, and
absolutely.
they teaches me stuff.
Same.
I teach them stuff.
Yes.
Like being a hairdresser is really like a blessing for real. Like,
Yeah, it really is.
I really
is.
enjoy the talks with the girls. Like
Yeah.
I said, I'm a girl's girl.
Yeah.
Regardless, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and that's beautiful. And it's like when, for some of you who don't know, if I didn't mention it, my first episode here, I used to do hair. I did hair like 16 years. And I feel like after having my baby, I just kind of got burnt out. Like the demand for the hair clients, the nail salon, and like my other little undercover investments, it just, I kind of got burnt out. But like to this day, like sometimes I convince myself like, oh my God, I miss the hair. Like, should I just pop out and do natural hair only, like on the weekends? It is one of those things, like it's just in you. Like
Yeah.
you just,
For certain people though.
for certain
Because
people.
I was doing hair.
How long?
I did hair right when I got out of high school.
Okay.
I was working at Bianchi's, so I was really
Yeah.
focused on doing like Caucasian hair.
Yeah.
That was just like the Paul Mitchell vibe. I went to Paul Mitchell, and it didn't last long. But I found what was for me and what was not for me. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
it's a beautiful experience being able to really transform somebody like that and give
It
them
is.
confidence.
It
And
is.
I didn't have a few
Yeah.
girls literally cry, and once they see themselves in the mirror, a lot of people deal with depression nowadays,
They do.
right? And your hair is your crown, right? When
Yeah.
your hair is fit, you feel better.
Yes.
Everything about you, you know what I'm saying?
1000%
So
better.
when they go through their storms, they actually come down and sit in my chair, and after that, it's like all their problems leave. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They back who they are. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I know y'all don't feel that. I feel it
Hell yeah.
myself. So it's like,
You should see me earlier.
I'm hoping to feel it in a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? But, all right.
Yeah.
You know, so doing hair was definitely a pleasure for me. I feel like that's why I did it for so long. But like again, all my other demands outside of that was just kind of like, not only was it weighing on me, I feel like it was weighing on my work, and I was like kind of rushing the process, and you just cannot rush that process. That's like attention to detail type of situation. But I do miss it sometimes, so I completely understand when you say, like, I don't know if I'm ever going to come from behind a chair. And if I do, it's not going to be no time soon, because you have to love it. And I did love it, obviously, for 16 years. I had to love it. So
I have a friend. She was a hairstylist. She stopped a long time ago, whatever. And somebody had asked her. You know, she was a popular hairstylist. Somebody asked her. She was like, "For you to make a quick 10K, what would you do to make that 10K?" She was like, "I'll get right behind that chair."
No,
yeah,
absolutely. Very good fast money.
Yeah, great money.
Dope dealer. Okay.
No, very much so.
It's definitely giving selling
Yeah.
that work. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Just on a little bit of scale. You know what I'm saying? Might not be white enough, but it's definitely
Really
fast,
fast,
good
good.
money. It was
Uh-huh.
the ultimate stepping stone for everything that I have going on now. I could never put here down on the list and I make good money. I made great money. Like sometimes unbelievable great money. So if you do hair or you looking into get into hair, it's definitely a
Very
good bag to get
lucrative
into.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing for sure though, because I didn't have friends that, you know, they're the money be fast coming in, but they spend it quick too.
Yeah.
What?
Money
Especially a
management-
cash and carry business.
Money management is
child.
so important.
Yes.
So important.
You getting cash every single
single
day,
day.
all day.
'Cause
Your
you know you
purse
wanna
is
make it
filled.
back. Mhm.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's just like, I remember I went to the store and we were at the ice cream parlor, right, me and my kids, and I pulled out cash and the guy was like, it's like you don't, like it's free or something. Like when you spend cash, you almost feel like it doesn't count.
I know.
Right?
I
So
think
it's
that's
like
so
you
true.
can have some really bad spending
I'm very
habits.
hesitant to fill that card out.
Oh my God, hell yeah.
I have a
can see
problem
it.
with card,
Oh,
not
do you?
cash. Yeah, card. I swipe it quick as hell.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah? I'm throwing out that cash like it never happened because there's no record of it. Like, you know? So yeah.
Let's since we're on that topic,
Yeah.
you know, we all can give our perspective on this because this question just popped in my head.
Oh,
Like,
God.
if you had to give, you know, a young girl fresh in the beauty world, no matter what you do in the beauty world, it could be
Yeah.
lash extensions, it could be hair, it could be
Yeah.
brows,
Yes.
it could be, you know, facials, it could be
Yeah.
waxing, whatever. What advice would we give them to better help them with managing money management?
Oh.
Like, what helped you? What tricks worked for you?
Oh, I would like
How
to
did you
go.
get? Of course, absolutely.
Yeah, I want to go first. One of the things, like, my mom was really adamant with me about spending, especially, like, I really went hard with this after, like, I left
Yeah.
my marriage. So it was like, I was like divorced, ground zero, had nada.
Yeah.
And she was very adamant about, like, you really need to be saving, like, if you could save like 40%, like that would be great.
That would
Like,
be great.
you know what I'm saying? I know realistically people have bills and stuff. I know I've heard of like 20%, but
Yeah.
save. You don't gotta. It don't gotta be. It's not burning a hole in your pocket. Like
It's
you're
really
gonna be
not.
okay.
Yeah.
Save. Put it away. Spend some, but save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with me, I actually want to. I feel like I'm actually happy that you asked that question. I made a reel about
Some
that.
people really need to know.
So me being in a beauty industry, you know, I pay all my bills a month in advance.
Okay.
So
We like
let me
that.
tell y'all how I do that. I break it down. So so say we're in August, September. Once September get here, because September bills are already paid, all my earnings that I'm making that first week of September goes to all my bills.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right? And
good.
even if sometimes it might go over to the second week and I still got to pay my bills, but them last 2-3 weeks, I can either save that or invest that money.
Yeah.
Because October bills are already paid already. You know
I
what
like
I'm saying?
that. Yes,
So,
1000%.
Yeah, so you pay things in advance.
Advance, yeah.
And I still struggle with that, to be honest.
yeah. So my like all the bills can be paid off already, and I just invest that or
That's
save
great.
it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good system.
1000%. Yeah.
I feel like for me, these ladies are more disciplined than me, but I had to get a checking account with an institution, and I had to get a savings account with a whole separate institution. I had a real nasty habit of transferring that money, even when I knew I wasn't supposed to, into the checking when I had them both at the same institution, and it made it easy to run through that savings. So my checking account is with Bank of America, and my savings account is with Michigan First. I don't have a card for the savings account, so when I desperately want money needed, I have to go into the institution, and I refuse. I don't have a debit card. I can't go to the ATM in the middle of the night. So between Monday and Friday, because that's when they're open, between 9 and 5, which most of the time I'm busy, I have to walk into that institution and withdraw from the savings account. And I don't never do it. And I started that about 2.5 years ago, and it was a game changer for me because when I was banking with one institution with both accounts, they make it real convenient for you to transfer from one to the other. And my discipline just wasn't that great to stop making that transfer when I didn't need to, because I wouldn't ever really deposit into the checking. I would more so deposit into the savings.
Sure.
But I would always just transfer crazy. Don't let me be out with my girls and I want to buy the bottle and I want to pay everybody going in. I get real crazy with it. So whatever cash, for real, you're going to have a good time with me and I'm definitely going to pay. Like, that's just one thing with me. But baby, once that money run out of that little purse that I came with you with,
we're done.
we head home. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you want to get the use of yours. So I had to, and I learned that from a guy on YouTube, and I wish I could tell y'all his name. I was watching his like YouTube back when the pandemic was going, and that's how he did his. I'm like, that is smart. I'm like, but I'm probably gonna be going to the bank. You know, I'm probably going. I never make time to go withdraw from that savings, like ever. So that helped me. So, and this is 3 different ways that you guys can try and save better.
Yes. So we are getting close on time.
Okay. I just wanted to ask like one more question.
One more question
to both of you.
Yes.
And before we close out.
Yes.
Another thing I would say is that I wanted to ask was that like, at what point, at what point, what year, what dynamic, it really didn't matter. Did you realize like that your skill was going to be the skill to get you where you at? If you can remember, because I kind of do remember.
Can I go first?
Yeah, of course.
Ooh, I like this.
Yeah.
So,
and then this would be it.
Okay, I worked at fast food restaurants from 17 to 19.
Okay.
And then I, took my CNA course, did that a few months, but I also started working at General Motors when I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
And, I was a hot ass, so I was in there, being bad, getting suspended from work. Around this time, I was working at your shop with you.
The beauty shop.
I ended up getting suspended for 30 days.
Yeah.
But I was still in the midst of doing hair.
Yeah.
And when they suspended me for those 30 days, I just realized like how much this was really like making me, just not being at work. I was making a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So they fired me. I just did hair for them 30 days. They asked me to come back and I said no.
Yeah, because you make good money.
Yeah.
And
you were able to focus
money.
on hair full time, which you
Full
really
time,
love doing.
and every year I seen myself grow with doing hair. Like every style changed. Because I was like
keeping up with
on
the
hair.
And you good with keeping up with the trends, might I add.
Yeah, you have to keep up with the trends.
What about you, Andrea?
When I knew this was it.
Like, when did you know brows
I
was
was
your
in
niche?
high school, and this was right after I got kicked out of college. I got kicked out of college, and in college, in the dorms, I was doing people brows. And I didn't think anything of it. Like, I had my mom's pair of tweezers, and I was just doing brows in there. And I got kicked out of college, and I'm like, I don't want to do this shit. Like, I'm not going back. Like, they don't want me. I'm not going back. So my mom will always say to me, like, just go with what you know. You already got it. Like, stop trying to reinvent the wheel. And so once I started to just realize my talent and just take it seriously, that was probably around, like, 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so a good 12 years at it now.
If you haven't had a K experience, or a brow guy brow, you're not living. Crazy. You're really not a girl's from the city of Detroit. I'm sorry.
And
you ain't never had no fire time out on the town looking fine. If you ain't had either of the two or both.
Don't forget the nails.
Don't listen, and definitely
trap house.
You ain't been to trap house.
Yeah.
You ain't living. It is what it is.
Yeah. What about you?
So I feel like for hair, I think so I moved to Georgia, and I'm gonna make this really quick. I moved to Georgia, I quit doing hair, I moved to Georgia with my granddad, like back in 2014, 15. And I didn't want to do hair no more, at least that's what I told myself. I was gonna go to nursing school. And when I got there and I started nursing school, I just wasn't feeling it. I had already tried nursing school here in Detroit, in Ohio. I just wasn't feeling it. Like, it did not feel like I needed to go to school, for 2-3 years, get $80,000 in debt and go work at somebody's hospital or institution to make a living and live how I wanted to live. So I'm like, I'm just going to go back home. I'm going to, live with my sister temporarily, which I did. And
Coco?
Yes.
Hey,
Coco. Over at Coco's on Coventry. How can I forget? And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to save while she allows me to live with her, which was rent-free. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get me my own house. And when I get my house, I'm not going to be able to afford a salon or a suite, which was my ultimate goal. But I'm just going to do hair in my kitchen again. I'm not going to be ashamed about it. And I'm just going to see, like, where it goes. Because I feel like this is what I really love doing, and this is very productive for me. So, boom. I found a house on England. Actually, it was my This guy I was dating at the time, his grandma, you know, was moving out into a senior building, and I always loved that house. It was right off 8 Mile and DeQuinder. That was my first house. Very
That
proud.
was the spot.
That was the spot. Okay.
Oh my God.
We had a
Okay,
time line
we're not going to take up too much
It's
more
okay.
time.
It's
I'm sorry.
okay. No,
It was a
that was
time.
the spot. Okay, that was my first
was.
house by myself. I was
Yeah.
single, and it was a time. So I started trapping out the kitchen,
Yeah.
and I was on Craigslist and I think Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace was real hot back then. That was like 2015, 16. Long story short, I put up like, and I'm not ashamed to say this, around that time I think the ponytails were like $25 or $30. $25 or $30 ponytails, and I was doing like $75 partial sew-ins. And baby, when I tell you I was banging that house out,
It was
I
always
was only
packed.
in my house
Yeah.
I moved in my house December 15th, 2015. By December, I moved in my house December 2015. By April 2016, I had saved up out of my house probably like $14K, and I went and leased my building, the Beauty Trap. That was my first, storefront on 7 Mile Orion. And the furniture and like the whole aesthetic of it wasn't the best. But at that time, like, it was everything to me. And within 6 months, I was able to do that. I was able to rent out of the booth so that, like, when I, bring in clients, I didn't have to pay anything because booth rent pretty much paid all my bills there. And I still had an extra, like, $400 or $500 left over to put in my pocket. But then, mind you, I was working full-time there. So I was working there 5 to 6 days a week, and I was bringing in, on average, maybe $2,500 a week in client. You do the math.
Yeah.
So, and I just saved it. And I stayed in my little house on 8 Mile and DeQuinder. I didn't get bigger than the vision. I stayed there and I stacked up. I was making anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000 a month. And I just saved it and I 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 saved it. And so when I got back to Detroit and I trapped out my kitchen and I was able to make money to open up a shop in my kitchen, I knew this is it. This the one.
Yeah.
So
I got a question for y'all.
real quick, yes.
So y'all are, very well-rounded women.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What keeps you going?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think with us, and I don't mean to speak for the
with
both of
us.
us,
Go
but I
ahead,
think with
please.
us, it's like the desire for more and the desire for a better life and a better life for our kids. Like we want to be able to like help our family. We want to be able to experience things that we never even thought of as kids. Like, and I came from a really good upbringing. Like my upbringing, like I didn't want for anything, but it's just like I still, when I look back at it, I'm like, nah, like we want to turn this up. My girl said she wanted heated floors in the
And the
motherfucking
bathroom and in the
kitchen.
kitchen.
You feel me? So I think that's what keeps us, What about you?
Me, actually, the same thing. I just
Yeah, just always
I don't
want
have
more.
kids, but
Yeah.
I always wanted. I seen on social media, magazines when we were younger, like people living a lavish life, and I'm a Capricorn, so
you better
we
know.
love money, so
Yes,
it's like,
absolutely.
and we love the finer things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's really me. Just and I plan on having kids in the future, so hopefully, everything be set before I start having them.
Absolutely.
Well.
So just to piggyback on that really quick, just don't get comfortable.
Yes.
None of us are comfortable. Like we should be comfortable because we have accomplished a lot.
Yeah, but no, not
okay,
yet.
we have us three in a whole. We accomplished a lot.
Yeah.
So never get comfortable and just keep pushing.
Yes.
So my name is Dominique.
And I'm Andrea.
My name is Kayla,
I'm Dominique.
And I'm Andrea.
and I'm Kayla.
And we are on demand.